Commander Zeftar adjusted his ceremonial battle armor as he strode through the pristine corridors of the Galactic Council Station. His forearms gleamed with polished chrome implants, each digit ending in razor-sharp claws that could slice through standard hull plating. As the youngest member of the Velkhari military elite to achieve the rank of Supreme Battle Commander, he commanded respect from every species in known space. Every species except one. The human sat alone in the observation deck, staring out at the swirling nebula beyond the station's viewport. She was unremarkable by galactic standards. Small, soft-looking, with only 2 arms and no visible natural weapons. Her skin was a pale pink, marred by what appeared to be old scars along her forearms. She wore the simple brown coveralls of a maintenance worker, not even worthy of Zeftar's notice under normal circumstances. But these weren't normal circumstances. Sarah Chen, Zeftar's voice boomed across the empty observation deck, his universal translator converting his native clicking and whistling into standard galactic, the human who dares to work on ships meant for superior species. Sarah turned slowly, her dark eyes meeting his without fear, a mistake that immediately irritated the Velkhari commander. Lesser species should cower before his presence. "Commander," she said simply, her voice steady. "Is there something you need?" The casualness in her tone sent rage coursing through Zeftar's nervous system. This creature, this soft thing from a backwater world, showed him no deference. In the 3 months since humans had been granted provisional membership in the Galactic Council, their audacious behavior had become legendary. They took jobs meant for stronger species, spoke as equals to their betters, and worst of all, they were actually competent at it. "You've been assigned to repair my flagship," Zeftar said, taking a step closer. His 7-foot frame towered over the human. "I want you to know that I requested a different technician, a real one." "I see," Sarah replied, not backing down. "Well, I'll do my best to meet your standards." The calm response only fueled Zeftar's anger. "Your best? Your species has been in space for barely 2 centuries. My people have conquered star systems while yours were still playing with fire." Sarah's expression didn't change. "Yet here I am, fixing your ship because your superior engineers couldn't figure out why the quantum resonance chamber keeps failing." That was the final insult. Zeftar's 4 arms moved in perfect coordination, 2 grasping Sarah by the shoulders while the other 2 drew his ceremonial blade. He intended to simply intimidate her, to put this arrogant Deathworlder in her place. But as his claws dug into her coveralls, something unexpected happened. Sarah didn't scream. She didn't beg. Instead, her hand moved faster than Zeftar's enhanced reflexes could track, striking a pressure point on his primary wrist with surgical precision. His blade clattered to the floor as neural feedback shot up his arm. "Wrong move," she said, quietly. What happened next would be debated in military academies across the galaxy for decades to come. The human, this soft, weak creature from a gravity-heavy world, began to dismantle a supreme battle commander of the Velkhari with methodical efficiency. Sarah's movements were economical, precise, and devastatingly effective. When Zeftar swung his secondary arms at her head, she ducked low and drove her elbow into his knee joint with enough force to crack the chitinous plate. As he stumbled, her fist found the neural cluster beneath his left arm, sending paralyzing shockwaves through his nervous system. "You see," Sarah said conversationally as she avoided another clumsy swipe, "there's something your intelligence files didn't mention about Deathworlders." She grabbed his primary arm and used his own momentum to send him crashing into the viewport. "We don't just survive on a hostile planet, we thrive on it." Zeftar tried to activate his emergency beacon, but Sarah's boot found his wrist, pinning it to the floor with crushing force. "Our world tried to kill us every single day for millions of years," she continued, her voice never losing its calm tone. "Predators, diseases, weather, gravity. Everything wanted us dead. So we adapted." The commander attempted to use his superior size and strength, lunging forward with all 4 arms spread wide. Sarah simply stepped aside, grabbed his helmet, crest, and used his own momentum to drive his head into the floor plating hard enough to crack it. "We learned to hunt things bigger than us," Sarah said, keeping her foot on his neck as he groaned. We learn to outlast things faster than us. We learn to outsmart things stronger than us. And most importantly, we learned that the difference between predator and prey isn't size or strength. It's mindset. Zeftar lay motionless, his armor cracked, his pride shattered. Around him, the observation deck's emergency lighting cast, everything in a red glow. His neural implants sparked occasionally, damaged from impacts he hadn't even seen coming. The thing about humans, Sarah said, adjusting her coveralls as if nothing had happened, is that we're persistence predators. When something threatens us, we don't just fight back. We remember, we adapt, we overcome. She knelt down beside him, her voice dropping to barely above a whisper. And we never, ever give up. Station security arrived to find Commander Zeftar, unconscious on the floor, and Sarah Chen calmly reading technical manuals on her datapad. The official report listed it as a training accident, though everyone knew the truth. The next day, Sarah completed the repairs on Zeftar's flagship in record time. The quantum resonance chamber hummed with perfect efficiency, a testament to human engineering and ingenuity. And when Commander Zeftar finally returned to active duty 3 weeks later, he made a point of personally thanking every human technician who worked on Velkari vessels. Not out of friendship or respect, but out of a deep, primal understanding that had been beaten into him on that observation deck. Humans weren't just Deathworlders because they came from a dangerous planet. They were Deathworlders because they had learned to be the most dangerous thing on it.